Hi there, Sharon can't even say my name this morning. It's Monday. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 163 of our Get Your Goals annual challenge. Today we're talking about another financial goal key indicator. It's number 4 of the ones we're talking about, and it is all about savings, right? What are the key indicators, the things we can look at and pay attention to in order to get the goals that we want in the area of our financial health and financial well-being. Remember, we're talking about the different life framework areas. I share a 9-part life framework: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution, communication, and confidence. Because those are the areas that I have found setting goals and objectives in, paying attention to, doing one thing every day to move me toward the things I want in those areas have the biggest positive impact on my life, right? Because don't we want to do things that have a positive impact on our life? So today we're talking about savings. I'm going to grab my giant magnifying glass and see what I have to say about that. And then today, just like yesterday and the day before, we are going to take a little assessment of where we are with respect to this topic. Some of us have savings, some of us don't. Some of us are good savers, some of us aren't. I am not a particularly good saver. If I was to compare myself to everyone else on the planet, I'm probably average, but not as good as many people, and not as good as I can be when it comes to this area and aspect of my financial well-being in order to achieve my financial goals. So savings, why do we want to save, right? Why do we want to save money? You know, a lot of people just live in the moment and live on credit and live in debt because that's how they choose to live their life. And we all get to decide how we want to live our life. But it's important because I'm a prime example of stuff happens. Stuff happens in our lives that we absolutely positively cannot anticipate. 2010, I had a sudden cardiac arrest and dropped dead. And that incident, because I wasn't set up in different areas and aspects of my life for risk, had a huge negative financial impact on me personally. Now I've since recovered from that, but it left an indelible mark on my psyche and huge lessons learned in terms of being prepared, being ready in case things happen. It's why we save money for a rainy day. It's why we save up for the down payment on big purchases. It's why we have a retirement plan. It's why we plan for our future, because none of us plan to die tomorrow, right? Or today. We all plan to live forever, and we know we're not going to live forever, but we want to live comfortably for the time that we're here on planet Earth. So savings are important. I think one of the things we can ask ourselves is, do I have savings? And if so, why not? And then decide if this is an area that's important to you. I contend that it's important to consider all of these key indicators with respect to our financial well-being, because it has such an impact on every other area and aspect of our life, which we'll talk about at the end of the month. The impact of our financial goals and financial well-being and financial health on the different life framework areas. We do that every month too, because it's important to understand that it's a huge web and interaction of these different things. We are not one-dimensional beings. So, importance of saying, what are some different types of savings? I mentioned a couple of them: emergency fund, retirement fund, education, because we should all be continually improving and growing and learning all the time, right? Large purchases, travel and expenses. You know, a lot of people save up for their vacation every year so that they can have a great vacation. We save up for important events. We save up for mostly for like college and education and continued education, advanced degrees, programs and certifications that we want to take. Some of them require a pretty big upfront investment, so we want to be prepared to be able to take advantage of those when they come our way. So what are some strategies for saving? And I don't know if we'll talk about these more or not. We can decide and think about them on our own, what's important to us. Budgeting, auto saving. One of my favorite ways to save, because then I don't have to think about it, is to put it on autopilot. You know, I learned early on in my career that one of the things you automatically do is contribute the maximum to your 401k plan if you work for a company, or if you have your own 401k plan set up in your company. And then a lot of companies match that. My company would always match that, so it was like free money by automatically saving and contributing for my future. Back in the day when there were pensions and things for people, which I don't even know if there are pensions for people anymore. Maybe, maybe not. Not in any of the companies I work for. We want to track our spending. We want to increase our income, find different ways to increase our income, and cut unnecessary expenses. Those are things we've talked about as part of income and expenses, right? And there's challenges to savings, right? There are things that come up that we want to spend our money on. We often live by our wants, not by what's most important and our priorities and our needs. And so it's reminding ourselves what's most important to us, what are our core values, and are we making decisions and choices that match those core values. So today, what are we going to do? Our action item, think about your savings situation. Maybe you just say, do I have a savings account? Do I not? If you don't, well, do I want to have a savings account? That, again, creates that gap, difference between where we are and where we want to be. So we're just thinking about savings today. If you want to share in the comments below, hey, I'm an awesome saver, I'm a lifelong saver, or whatever aha moments you have about this particular topic, do that. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow for another key indicator of our financial goals, our financial health, and our financial well-being. Have an amazing day.